All right, y'all. The only thing that keeps going through my head is, oops, I did it again. So my family and I have decided to do a reading challenge this year, and we are going to be reading 250 books as a family. Now this includes readers for little ones as well, so they're pretty much doing the heavy lifting, because as long as we read one book to each of them every single week for a year, then that is 100 books. So all that to say, we set a goal to read 250 books and 250 different books. In addition to that, I wanted to add some more books to our ancient time period when it comes to history. So a lot of these books I got off of Sunlight reading lists, as well as Biblioplans Lessons Plans Plus guide. So in here you'll find lists and lists of books to choose from for all different age groups. And so that's where I got this from. And let's see what I got here. Persian Fire, The First World Empire and the Battle of the West. This is for my oldest. The Egyptian Cinderella, Ancient Egypt. This is more of a resource. Mufaro's Beautiful Daughter, An African Tale. See Inside Ancient Rome, which is very cool. It's got these little pop-out areas where you can see where it gives more information. I would be mindful they do have a section on here talking about the bathhouses. So I would just be mindful of like little ones. Little ones, you might not want them to have access to that flip book. Next one is by Ken Ham, Dinosaurs for Kids. Fun fact, this is our second time with this one because the first one was well loved and didn't survive the loving. So we got a second version for our son. Our first son was obsessed with it and read it almost every single day. So we got another one for our second son. Next one is The Flame of Rome, Lu and the Bird, A Journey in Chinese Calligraphy. And it talks about Lu, who's on a journey to go visit her grandfather. And as she journeys to go visit her grandfather, you look at the history of Chinese calligraphy and how it's evolved to where it is now. So it pretty much goes from the pictures to calligraphy. So I think it's like pictures to characters to calligraphy. Next one we got is You Wouldn't Want to Be a Roman Soldier. Now these are so much fun, especially for the little ones. They do a really good job at providing just information that you may not have considered, like illnesses and injuries and different things like that. Gross. The next one is a classic. I've seen this one on multiple different reading lists, and that is The Golden Bull, which talks about the drought of Mesopotamia and how because of the drought, this brother and sister have to get to the ancient city of Ur, I believe it's called, and it really talks about their bond and them coming together and different things like that. The Tale of Troy, The Golden Fleece, which my son and my daughter are looking forward to reading. It's recommended for ages 10 to 14. My daughter is 9 and my son is turning 13. And so it's good for the both of them. Archaeologists dig for clues. Goes very well with the time period. Hostage Lands, Mythology, You Wouldn't Want to Be an Egyptian Mummy, Disgusting Things You'd Rather Not Know. Oh, they're gonna love that. One Grain of Rice, and this is a mathematical folk tale. Amari and the Night Brothers, my daughter is reading this series. The Priests with Dirty Clothes, Bella and Harry, Let's Visit Cairo. I am so excited to read this with my little ones. How much fun is this? It's like two little dogs and they go to Egypt. I'm super excited about this. And it's such good quality too for like used books. Thriftbooks does the best job. Sometimes I get some that I'm like, what is that? But majority of the time I'm getting like really good quality books. Thieves of Ostia, or Ostia, the Thieves of Ostia, maybe. The Beautiful Stories of Life, 6 Greek Myths Retold. Isn't this pretty? We love a pretty cover. You Wouldn't Want to Be Cleopatra, an Egyptian ruler you'd rather not be. Bill and Pete Go Down the Nile. Oh, they're gonna love this. So much fun. My littles are gonna love it. Mara, Daughter of the Nile. All right, y'all, we're getting there. Masada, The Last Fortress. Adam and His Kin, The Lost History of Their Lives and Times. Pontius Pilate, What Was Pompeii? We love these like who was type series, so this is gonna be good. The Tides of April, We're Sailing Down the Nile, A Journey Through Egypt. I love how like simple it is to read, full of color, and our little ones get to be involved in our history this year. So we're really excited about including them, especially in the reading. The Magician's Secret. It's about this boy who goes and visits his grandpa, and his grandpa tells him these history stories of adventures that he has. And so he loves his grandpa's stories. No, and I say that these picture books are for my youngest ones, but to be honest, my older ones really like picture books too. Especially now that they're older, they tend to read it to the younger ones a lot, which is a really great way that they bond together. So I love that. Tales of Ancient Egypt, The Eagle of the Ninth, The Hardest Word, Egypt Magnified. Now this one doesn't have the magnifying glass, but we got Rome Magnified, and that has the magnifying glass in it. And so we'll be using that magnifying glass with Egypt Magnified as well. But I got it a little bit cheaper because it doesn't have the magnifying glass. So I kind of feel as if you can use any magnifying glass with it. Little One, Maid of Israel, Egypt Game. This is about two girls who don't have much in common, but they soon discover that they both like Egypt. And so they end up discovering like a shipyard, I believe, behind a building, and start doing the Egypt games every Saturday. And all of a sudden, some weird things start happening. So I think it's gonna be a fun book for my little girl, and honestly, possibly my son. I feel like he'll like it too. The Secret of the Sphinx. Cool looking cover. Tales from India. Now this is my second and last thrift book haul. My first one can be watched right here. We're here.